Welcome, 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 Facebook. We are live. It is time for us to have our beautiful guest to come on tonight. So I am here getting you all ready for our beautiful guest to come on, the beautiful Tenita Bestseller Johnson. She's going to come on and talk about the things that she's doing, writing a book, becoming an author, connecting with her. Also, if you have a child that's out there, you want your baby to become a kidpreneur, this is the show on tonight. So y'all go ahead, if you will, go ahead and share this video. Get on, comment, because y'all know how we do it. We like for you to comment. We like for you to be interactive. So y'all make sure that y'all come on. Don't just get on this show. Don't just get on, but y'all go ahead and comment. Ask questions, because this is what she is here for. If you want to ask any questions about writing a book, how to make several streams of income writing a book with your book. I mean, listen, if when y'all hear this woman talk, y'all gonna be like, oh my God, you mean to tell me I can do all of this writing a book just from a book? Yes, indeed. So it's a word that she says, but I'll let her tell you because I don't want to confuse the word. But I love how she puts it with a lot of the things that you go through in life. You can make money from it. Why not get paid from all the stuff that you go through? But she can give y'all her wordings for that. So y'all go ahead and start sharing this video. Come in. Go ahead and like it. Go ahead and share this video. Go ahead and get ready and prepare yourselves to comment, because this one right here is here just for that. So we're going to go ahead and start sharing this video. Let me see if I can get some people to start coming in. So I'm going to see if I can share with some people. I want you also to share with some people, with your friends. Text them. Let them know to come in and say, hey, girl, you remember we was talking about your baby writing a book or your baby becoming a kidpreneur? How can you get them excited about doing that, okay? How can you get them into that? But this one right here will help you all, because we got to get our babies out there to go ahead and start building our legacy now while we are still yet young, while our babies are young. We got to get them out here. And we're not going to be here all night. We're not going to be here all night doing this. We're not going to take up too much of your time. We just want you all to just take out your time to come and get on the show. Ask questions. Ask all the questions that you need to ask. This woman really has a lot of information, a lot of insights regarding writing your book. She has a lot, and she don't mind sharing this information. So if you will, go ahead and share this video. I am still taking out my time and actually share with some people. So I would love for you to do the same. Go ahead and come in this video with us. Come and join us on tonight. We're ready for y'all to come in. Y'all get all your babies to come in. Get your babies to come in. Let them listen to it too, so maybe they can get some stuff out of it. Y'all know them babies smarter than us. Y'all know them babies got too much sense out here these days. They got a lot of sense. Why not put these babies to work? Why not show them how to make, get their business started, how to write a book? Why not help these babies? All this stuff they be telling, we need to get these babies out here. So I'm just still sharing it, so y'all can go ahead and share with me. And we're going to go ahead and get our guest up in just a minute. But I'm going to go ahead and do our intro. And then we're going to go ahead and get her up here, because we've talked about her enough. On tonight, we're going to have her introduce herself, tell us what she's doing, and we're going to go from there. All right. All right, so I hope y'all had some time to share the video. Looking forward to you coming on and chiming in with us on tonight. We still have the beautiful Tenita Bestseller Johnson in the backstage waiting to come forward. So we was waiting for you all to share this video. So thank you for sharing the video. This is going to be something awesome. This is a great opportunity now. Our babies are what they are right now. They're on their Christmas break, getting ready to be home with us after tomorrow. So this is a good time for you to go ahead and get them started. Give them something to do, okay? Because them babies going to keep us busy. So we don't need our babies just sitting around doing nothing. So this is a great opportunity to have this video going so that our babies can learn how to get started with a business, because there's so many different things that's out there for our babies. And y'all, guess what? Once we have this interview with her on tonight, we're going to have our beautiful Princess Nala, her daughter, who has written a book, that she's an author. So she's a kidpreneur. We're going to have her on next week. So I'm telling y'all going to want to listen to this one right here. And then we're going to have her princess to come on next week. So y'all in for a treat. Okay. So hold on just a second. Let me go ahead and pull my queen up. Okay. Hold on. Hey, queen.
Hey. How are you?
I am well. I'm excited about this interview on tonight, because we've been sitting back just waiting for somebody to come forth that can tell us more about being a kidpreneur, writing a book. You know, you're the writing book editorial guru. I mean, you know how to do all this stuff. So tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll go into more of the interview.
Absolutely. So I am Tenita Bestseller Johnson. It looks like Tenita, but it's actually Tanisha. I always tell people, if you write $1 million check, write it to Tenita, so it's spelled correctly. Yeah,
Okay,
it looks like Tenita, but it's Tanisha. And I am a 23. I think we launch another book tomorrow. We actually have the launch party tomorrow night. So I think 23 or 24 time published author. The CEO of So It Is Written, a publishing, ghostwriting, and book coaching service. And I'm proud to be a child of God. I'm proud to be here. All things literary, all things crazy. I'll probably say a whole lot of stuff on social media other people won't, but yeah.
I love it. I love it. Hello, King. How are you? So we are talking tonight about how this queen, she has written 23, 24 books. She stopped counting.
I stopped counting. I just stopped counting, because it's really not about the number. For me, it's about the impact. So and so the book that we're releasing tomorrow is called Overcoming the Enemy's Plan, talking about things that the enemy tried to destroy us with and how we overcame it. Of course, by the blood of the Lamb and the power of our testimony. So packaging that into a book, we actually launch tomorrow here in Rochester, Michigan. And then the next book I'm working on is called Pulling Back the Covers. And it's actually for Christian women.
Come on.
Yeah, and it's about overcoming addiction to porn and masturbation, not for women in the world. Yeah, not for women in the world, but for Christian women.
Come on. I know that's right.
Yeah.
I know that's right. Wow, that's going to be big. So I'm looking for, we got to get that. Yeah. Because we'll talk about all these other people, but what are we doing?
Behind closed doors.
You know we doing that stuff. You know we doing
behind closed doors. Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff like that. We have to talk about that stuff. We have to expose it. To expose it. So,
and I tell people, I'm like, you better expose it before it exposes you. So
I know that's right.
I'm like, you better tell it before it tells on you. Yeah.
You better. I know that's right.
Yeah.
Listen, we got to talk about, like, when you were talking about the books, because our last interview, you were talking about writing a book and how, these books can get you like streams of income. Because I was like, my God, like, I did not know. I had no idea that when you write a book, that all these different things come from it. So can you tell us tonight, how can we, we write our book, what are the different streams of income that we can get from it? Different ways that we can, get money from it.
Yeah, so here's what I like to tell people. The book is a blueprint to something bigger. We serve a big God. We don't serve a little God. God is not doing anything little. He's not calling you to write a book and then sit it on the shelf just to say, I wrote a book. Now what? Right. So the book is a blueprint to something bigger. So for me, I have done, so from one book, we're talking the paperback book, the ebook, the audio book, that's 3.
Right.
The stage play, I've taken my books and made it into a stage production.
Come on.
The short film, I'll be producing my first short film in 2023. Mm-hmm. The web series, I don't know if you're familiar with web series, but a lot of people release web series on YouTube. So every week they're releasing an episode. Documentaries and full feature movies. Documentaries and full feature movies based on your life. Or based on, your book, whatever your book is about, whether it's fiction or nonfiction, a lot of the streams will still apply. We haven't even gotten into the conferences, the webinars, the group coaching programs, the clothing line. We haven't even gotten to all of that that's tied to just the book. So like, so let's just take now I know I have 23. I'm out of the box. But let's just say I only wrote When the Smoke Clears. Let's just say that's just my one book. So I should have When the Smoke Clears, the audio book, the ebook, the paperback book, or the hardback book if you want to do a hardcover. It's more expensive, but whatever.
Right.
The stage play, the short film, the full feature film, the webinars. I should be doing a conference called When the Smoke Clears. Coaching program for women called When the Smoke Clears. Clothing line. I could do a whole line with just When the Smoke Clears and bling with flames, like the fire. Yeah. So again, because I'm a visionary, the Lord has gifted me with the ability to see the book, but past the book. And if I can just get people to write the book, because so many people are stuck on, well, I'm not a writer and I'm not good at grammar and I'm not good at spelling. All of the reasons why, like Moses, I know what you told me to do, God, but here's what I see. Yeah, he already knows you're not good with grammar and spelling and punctuation. That's what editors are for. Just write the book. Like you trying to do 12 other people's job. He didn't ask you to do that. He just said, I need you to write it because I'm trying to do something bigger in you. And it's a blueprint to something greater, but I can't give you the bigger until you do the first step, what I told you to do.
So if I can't, I'm not good with computers and I'm not computer savvy, I'm not a type and all that stuff. If I write it out, you can type it out for me and do it.
So I don't type from handwritten notes. I tell people, you get your grandchildren or your kids or somebody to type it up because everybody's handwriting is different. So if you're not even typing, I would suggest you do ghostwriting. Now I do offer ghostwriting, which is where I would interview you. I interview you as the author, and then I'm feeding you chapter by chapter for approval and review. So I'm essentially writing the book, but you have paid me to be ghost, and your name is going to be on the book.
Okay, so we'll do that. So if I send you the audio version, like
the transcribed, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so if I send you that, you can use that.
Yes.
Okay, so that's good. So I don't. So if I type it out and in my punctuate, because some people they can't punctuate. We don't so what we're trying to say. So you can do the punctuation and all that stuff.
Yes.
But of course, when it comes down to that kind of stuff, will that actually be an additional fee, or would that actually be in the thing that they actually send you? That's what you will send them, like the template of what it will cost them when you do all these different things. Okay.
So there's a separate quote for publishing than there is for ghostwriting. So ghostwriting just includes the writing. It does not include publishing. And kind of like you said, if someone doesn't write well per se on paper or they can't type, they can go do the audio book first in studio and then ask the audio sound engineer to give them a transcription of what they read.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's good. So,
there's no rule that says you have to do the paperback book first. You can do the audio book first.
Right. I'm gonna do my audio book. I want to be in.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm saying I want to do it.
I actually went into a local studio here in Detroit in Southfield, actually, where Jay Moss and Kiera Sheard and all the big artists, they record there, and I had a real sound engineer walk me through recording my audio book.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's your voice.
It's my voice.
I know that's right.
Yeah, it's my voice.
The famous people, they have somebody else to do their audio.
And you can. It's up to you. But that was a personal book for me that I really felt led to read it in my voice. Yeah.
I know that's right. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. And so whenever we are getting ready to write out, but we really don't have no excuse, because I use it that was my excuse. I don't write well. I talk fast. I don't do it punctuation. I had all these excuses as to why I write my book. But now that eliminates it all. And now all we need to do is really focus on that. Getting a book out, telling your story. And then you got support, like when it come down to the advertisement part of it.
The marketing.
That's what it is, marketing. See, that's what I'm saying. That's why I got you here. So can you tell us some of the, can you give us some of information as to how we can market our book once we get it written out?
Yeah, for sure. I tell people, part of the marketing, a big part of marketing is knowing who your target market is. So let's take the book, for example, that I told you I'm working on. So Pulling Back the Covers, which is about overcoming addiction to porn and masturbation for Christian women. So I need to be going to Christian women's conferences around the nation, getting a vendor table. I need to be at marriage conferences necessarily. I need to be at the women's conferences because it's a sensitive subject. We talk about the real and the raw, and the men are not in the room. So again, I need to be in those places where my ideal client is. The other thing is I can market to churches and say, can I come and teach a small group based on my book? Can I come and teach a small group to aid the women in getting the healing that they need as it relates to addiction to porn and masturbation? So at my church, I have the freedom to run a small group about healing from sexual abuse or healing from porn addiction and masturbation. There may only be 5 women who show up. Praise God. We're gonna work with those 5, because the truth of the matter is those classes are not gonna have 30, 40 people in it because people are not ready to deal with the elephant in the room.
Yes, my God.
Yeah.
So, okay, so we got that part. That is a blessing, that we have somebody like you that can help us with this. So when we move forward with the, finding our target audience and things like that, then we move forward and saying, let's go ahead and make some shirts. You can make journals. Journals, bookmarks, shirts,
pens.
You can put that. I mean, there's different ways that you can market the book, and then, like you said, going to these events where you can put out your table, you sell your book, talk about your book. You can have seminars, like you said, or workshops or conferences for me. You can a movie. Come on,
yes,
like and or there's like a series. I was going to say something. I don't know. Like if you want to do a series or a movie, there's going to be a series of different stories that come from the different editors in the book. So
the different co-authors. Yep. So like a Netflix series. Yep. They're called docu-series.
Oh wow! I'm to see. There's different ways you can get that story. I mean, it's just like we have. And then you know what? If you're not, you'll be surprised how you write that book. It gets into the hand of the right person, because people are always
the right time.
Always in people are, and they may pull your book. They may see you on Facebook. They may see you advertising your book, and they may say, there may be something to that. Let me look at her book. Let me read her book, or let me get connected with her, because that topic, the title itself is, oh yeah, let's get on to that. Like when people are writing their book, have you seen someone come to you and they said, this is the story I'm going to tell, and you said your title of the book doesn't fit?
Yes.
Okay.
More than likely, my clients, once they start working with me, the title is going to change. And and for me, When the Smoke Clears, we changed that title about 4 or 5 times before I ended up with When the Smoke Clears. And then the subtitle is A Phoenix Rises. So if you know anything about a phoenix, it's a bird that's only birthed through fire.
Woo!
Yeah. And so it fits with When the Smoke Clears, because before that it was Christians don't have nervous breakdowns. Yeah, they do. So that was a lie. One of the titles was Breaking Down to Break Through. And I was going to have like Shattered Glass. We changed that title like 3 or 4 times, and we ended up with When the Smoke Clears. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So let's move to the next. So now we're trying to get our babies to become kidpreneurs. Because I know, they see us doing stuff, and these babies really don't know all the work that it entails. They
don't know.
They don't know. And so how do we get to the point where we can get our babies to become a kidpreneur? Is that something they watched you do? Did she, your princess, did she kind of like help you with some of your stuff? How do you groom her to become a kidpreneur?
So one of the things is, in school, they're bringing home stories and they're bringing home books that they had to write in school. I'm talking about, she was 7 years old when she wrote the actual story. Yeah, and then we published it, and then the year that we published it, on the heels of that, of course, it was COVID. So that's why we kind of lost 2 or 3 years. And
Right.
so it got picked up by a major retailer in the Midwest, and it's in 256 stores now. It's
No,
on, yes, it's in Meyer in
come
256
on.
stores, which is like a super Walmart in the South. But yeah, and so in addition to that, it's on barnesandnoble.com. Based
Uh-huh.
on the amount of sales they get online, they'll consider putting it in the store. And now she's going around different school districts speaking at early childhood development centers, daycares, and they order the books by 200, 300 based on how many kids they have, and all of the kids get a book. That's success.
Come on.
One book, squeezing the juice out of one book. And it never, the good thing is, and I tell people to do this with children's books, you got to think about the Junie B. Jones. Let's think about Green Eggs and Ham. What is
Yes.
that? Dr. Seuss. Let's think
Uh-huh.
about Dr. Seuss. What Dr. Seuss did was create timeless books. So you don't want to write a book about COVID for kids, and there may never be another COVID.
Right.
So 10 years from now, why is that children's book going to be relevant? It won't be if we're not in another pandemic.
Right.
But everybody's going to have a first day of kindergarten. Everybody. I
Everybody.
just know 2-3 people that I know just had babies. Those babies are going to go to kindergarten eventually. So I'm like,
Right.
yeah, put this in your library now, even though the baby's a baby. Just keep the book now, So it's one of those things of, you want to write the timeless children's book that can stand the test of time.
Right.
Whether my daughter is living, whether I'm living, the books will continue to sell. The royalties will continue to go to her children, my children, whatever. Yeah.
So you seen an opportunity where you was like, okay, you're nervous about school. You had to, y'all, she had written about it, told us.
Yeah.
And you was like, you know what? You need to write a book about it, because that's going to be a help to a lot of other babies that's getting ready to go into school, and they may be nervous, scared, just whatever. So whenever we see an opportunity where it may be something pertaining to our babies, like let's say if our babies may even have Down syndrome or
Yeah.
things like that. There's a stories that we can talk about how to, help our babies that may have these different things going on with them, and we can write these books to help other parents. They can do different things I do for my baby, and this is what worked for them. So you can look at an opportunity that some people may think is negative, but it turned into something positive.
Yeah. And then Yolanda too, it's a series. So the umbrella of the series, like the Junie B. Jones series, is the Nyla Chronicles. And so the first book in the series is Nyla's first day of kindergarten. But now we're working on illustrating the second book, which is Nyla's first visit to the dentist. So the series, yeah. So the series is all about first. So her first visit to the dentist, her first bike ride, like her first, now I think we'll do one like her first visit to middle school, things like that. But it'll be a series.
Yes.
But again, there's a market for little kids that are scared to go to the dentist because they don't know what to expect. But if they can get the book and get an idea, so yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I should have had that on there somewhere where I could have her book on there and have a picture so people can see her picture. But that's okay. We gonna have to, whenever she come, I'm gonna have to figure out how to do it, because I love people to see her, to see the picture with her and her book, so that they can know this is real stuff. Now we got real babies out here that are really doing it. So let me ask you this, do she be nervous when she go out and she talk to other children? Does she be nervous about it?
She's more comfortable talking to children than she is adults.
Okay.
So she actually goes into the schools, read the books, and then she'll sign the books or stamp it. She actually has a stamp, a custom stamp.
No.
Where she stamps the book for the kids, and she'll take pictures with them and things like that. So yeah, all the little kids, because she's 10, so the 4 and 5 year olds, they just look up to her. They love her.
So when you had her to write this book, you already had it planned out that y'all was going to be going to the school, or is it just something that just came to your mind? You was like, we're going to go.
Our plan from jump was to go to major school districts. Now, when we got the Meyer distribution deal, that was not in the plan. That was a God thing. Yeah, that was a God thing. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So we can go to, you said it was major, you said 256 stores. You said Walmart, Barnes and Nobles. Then we can go and find Nyla's book.
No, so it's Meyer. So Meyer is in Michigan, Indiana, Illinois, Kentucky,
Okay.
and Ohio. Yep, those 5 states.
Okay.
And it's available on barnesandnoble.com, or they can get it on my website, of course, sowswritten.net.
Okay. Good. 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 Good.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. That is just amazing. So when she started writing her book, when she started with the information on her book, did she like write like how long did it take her to do it? Like when she or did it when it's all finished once she came in from school one day?
She didn't. She didn't. Even with the last, I think she's probably got 2 or 3 written already. What takes the longest is the illustrations, because you got to think Nyla's writing for 4 and 5 year olds, so there isn't a whole lot of text. There's probably a line or two per page, but it's for the early readers.
Yeah,
And so we keep it really simple.
yeah,
So she can sit down and write a book because it may be 10 or 20 lines in like
yeah.
45 minutes.
Right. So
Yeah.
actually, so hello, Queen. So how can we get the information from you so we can get our babies started? Oh, let me ask you this. Okay, so with writing a book, are there any more ideas about helping our babies become kidpreneurs that you may have in mind? Because I seen our princess on a billboard.
Billboard, yep.
Yeah, listen, you can our princess out there. I was let me share this on my page because this is good. We gotta be we gotta pump our babies up to let them know this is stuff that's out there.
Yeah.
So what are some of the other ideas that you say y'all can help your babies with?
Yeah. So I would say, whatever they're passionate about, or the other thing I tell people is the book has to solve a problem. So
Okay,
Nyla's series is all about your fear of your first, not knowing what to expect. So her
right,
goal with the books is to take away the fear of every first visit to kindergarten, first visit to the dentist, first visit to the doctor. We might do one where she's getting shots or she's got to get immunizations, so things like that. The issues, you got to think about the real issues of children. What do they
right,
fear most, or what's their biggest problem?
right.
Children who have like speech problems. Maybe you do a book about a kid that didn't speak well and how he used it as a superpower, like turn a negative into a positive.
Absolutely. Wow, that's amazing. That's good.
Yeah.
So if anybody that's out there, y'all heard what she just said. Get that information that you have with your child. That information that you have that it may seem like it's a bad thing, turn it around and be something good. So at the schoolhouse, I've talked to several babies that's out there that's saying that they take medicine, to calm them down for ADHD.
Yeah.
That could be something for a parent.
That
You
could
know,
be but even explaining to a 6 or 7 year old what is ADHD and how do I break it down on their level. And I'm sure there may be some books out there, but not so much for the parent, but for the child. How do I understand what's going on with me, and how do I not feel bad about it because I have ADHD and I have to be on medicine at 6 or 7 years old? That's the reality we live in.
right, and then knowing the signs, because one of the young men that was there, he said another little boy, he said, I'm going to take my pills. Another boy was just moving around. He said, see him? He may have it, don't even know he got it. And he said, that
Yeah.
he said, that right there, what he's doing, that's one of the signs of having ADHD.
Yeah, things is still.
Right. And you can outgrow that. But that is something also that a parent, can inspire and encourage their child to write a book about that, especially while they're young, and help other children understand that it's a lot of times it is a temporary thing. It's not a permanent, thing, but it's to settle you so that you can sit long enough to learn.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
So good.
Yes, it is. Is there anything else that you would like to share before we close out for tonight?
No, I think one of the biggest things you were kind of alluding to earlier, which was, I always say, write the book, get paid for the pain. We all have pain points. Yeah. Yeah. We all have pain points that we've been through. And the Bible says we overcome, not everybody else, but we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. Now, a lot of us have the blood of the Lamb, but we don't want to share the testimony part. And then we wonder, we wonder why we haven't overcome whatever it is yet. So A lot of times people are operating in fear and they're scared to share their life story. They're scared to share what happened to them. They're scared for whatever reason. It may be a parent, it may be a spouse, whatever it is. And I tell people the fear of not getting your story out in the earth has to be greater than the fear of man. Because the Bible says, don't fear man. You can do, they can take your body, but they can't take your soul.
Yeah.
So it's like don't fear what man will do and say, and the people who won't speak to you and all the things. Tell your truth so that others can heal. Yeah.
Woo. Wait a minute. You said you should fear more about not getting your story out there than fear man. You should
You
fear.
should be more you should be more fearful of God by
Come
not
on.
getting your story out there than you are of the fear of man and what they will say or do if you put that story out there. Yeah.
Come on. In the
Yeah.
lives of the people that you're going to help. You
That's
know,
right.
obeying God. Like your story that you went through, is something that you went through to be a blessing to somebody else. And we just, because we'll sit
Yeah.
there, we'll start feeling ashamed, we'll be embarrassed, all kinds of
Yeah.
stuff. We're trying to protect people that did this stuff to us. So we don't tell our story, we don't write the book. And then we got family. We're trying to protect our family because our
Mhm.
parents are going to be mad, our family members are going to be mad, they're going to be disappointed, they're going to be upset with us. And then we're the victim. So why
But
are we going
protecting them is killing you. So
right?
yeah,
Right. So
that's
that's
it,
a
Vicky. Do not fear
right.
me. Yeah.
Right. So I love it because that's why we don't tell our story a lot. Because I've had some women to say, after I put my book out, my family was upset with me. And
Hmm.
now I want to go into hiding. So you was already in hiding, but they want to go more into their
Yeah.
into their shell like a turtle, and cover up and protect themselves, from what somebody else did to them, because they told their story because they didn't want to upset their family. But guess what? The book is already out there.
It's
We're not
already out there.
you know so you got to go ahead and move forward, but that is something that that people do fear with them moving forward and writing their books. So I enjoyed this on tonight. I didn't want to hold you
Yeah.
long. Y'all think that this is good, y'all got to reach out to her so she can
Always an honor.
yeah, I know it is. I mean, just to talk, and me, it's an honor to have you on the show tonight because it's always about you, um, telling people. She said after you release the story, people want you to return to the pain. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, they do. After you release the story, yeah,
They
yeah,
do.
and they want you to be quiet. They want you to not talk about it no more because it's gonna make not them, but maybe somebody else in the family, whatever, feel bad. So yes, it's like that sometimes. Hi, Queen, how are you? And
Yeah.
so that's why a lot of people don't write their books. That's why they don't tell their
Mhm.
story. And but the good thing about when you get out there, you feel it's like therapy, like it's therapeutic, right? To tell your
Mhm.
story, get it out there, and then to share it with other people. It's not to go out there and say, "I'm going to tell this person this is what they did to me," whatever. Listen, we're past that. We're beyond that. Because when
Yeah.
you read these books, you're not supposed to be bleeding over on people,
You
right?
don't believe on the pages.
Right, right. And just like you said, you're supposed to be getting something out of it. Like, what
Mhm.
are the readers going to get? I'm sorry, what are the readers going to get out of it? What kind of deliverance and healing are they going to get from you telling your story? So you got to be in a healed place. So it's not
Yeah.
about opposing to anybody. It's about being a help to somebody. So yeah, freedom from your pain. So
Yeah.
that's why we write our books, and that's why it's imperative. I had another lady, she said right now, she said she was journaling and she said she got a whole book out right now. So what would you tell somebody
Wow.
who's journaling? What do you tell them when they feel like this about time for them to tell their story and write their book? What are some of the things that you would share to someone who's a first book writer?
Yeah, I tell people, be careful. You don't want to bleed on the pages. You can tell your testimony, but tell it from a place of healing, not from a place of hurt. If you're still hurt, you're still bitter, you haven't worked through the forgiveness process, then you can't really tell me how to get the victory over those things. Don't just tell your story to tell your story. There
Right.
needs to be something in it for the reader after you tell me your story.
My God,
Yeah.
that's a blessing. I'm telling you, because you want people to get help from us. That's the purpose of telling it. That's the purpose of talking about your story to let people know I've overcame this and overcame that. And so, baby, if you ever have to go through this here, I can help you out. Or my testimony, the things I'm sharing with you, is going to help bring you out, and as well as what I have putting it written down in my book. Get my book, and
Yes.
say that's gonna bless your soul. It's gonna bless you, and you will not be the same again. So,
Yes.
woman of God, what would you like to share with the audience before we close out? What would you like to share with the queens and the kings that have come on?
Hey, the biggest thing, like I said before, is write the book and get paid for the pain. There is so much more, so many more big things waiting for you on the other side of this.
Wow, that was a lot.
Yeah.
Might as well get paid for it because you can, because there's so many avenues, so many things that you can get from writing a book. This is why I want you to come on, because I want you to share that, because there's nobody better that can tell you how to get something out of your book than you, because you have
Man.
written so many books. You have your own publishing company. You've written 23, 24 books. You got plays and webinars. You're a speaker. You have so many things that came out of you got a book, being a book writer. You've got so many different limbs that come
Yes.
off that one tree, that one thing that you're doing, and you got these different
A
little
whole lot of branches.
yeah, that's it.
Yes.
So see, that's why I have you on here, because you know exactly what I'm trying to say. I love it. I love it. That's why I have you on here, because you just actually help us. So I'm looking forward to having our princess Nala.
Yes.
She's gonna be on here next week, y'all. Y'all gotta tune in. Y'all think this is nice. Her daughter, Princess Nala, is gonna be on, and then she's gonna talk about her book, how she's written her book, and how it's been a blessing. This baby has her book that's out. It's now out in 250 something stores right now. She's having it in a couple of schools. She goes
Mhm.
out. Her baby is a speaker, y'all. She go out to the school and speak
At
about
10.
at 10 years old. Her
Mhm.
baby also was on a billboard. I mean,
Yes.
her baby is really doing some phenomenal things. So y'all got to listen to this. Y'all got to share it, and then let your babies also share it. Encourage your children and other family members that's out there. Let them know that we got some babies that's coming on this show that's going to really be talking about different things that they're doing. And this is going to be my first baby I'm going to be interviewing, so I'm super excited about
Yes.
it. So, Queen, we're gonna go ahead and end it for tonight. This has been a beautiful thing. I'm so grateful and honored to have you on the show. It's
Thank
been a
you.
it's been a tremendous blessing. The queens that did get on, y'all, we thank you for y'all getting on the show on tonight. If anyone would like to also be interviewed, y'all like to come and tell your story, y'all come on and get on. Y'all email me. So anybody can email at newbeingqueenmove@gmail.com. Email me. I can talk to you all about your story, what you want to share, and then we can get things rolling from there. But also understand that whatever you have to share is going to be a blessing to somebody else. So don't just get on here to talk about it, to spray anybody, to talk about the bad things that happen to you. We're here to minister to somebody, to give them some ideas about how they can come out, or share something with them, like whether it's you're just chilling, selling shirts, selling jewelry, you got your business going on, hair business, whatever it is that you're doing. I love to help people come out and talk about that stuff, and then help other people that may want to do the same thing that you're doing. We got to know how to share this wealth that's out here. Okay. So go ahead and email me at newbeingqueenmove@gmail.com. We'll get you on this show, talk about what you're doing. Okay. All right. So we're getting ready to end the show. I thank you, Queen, for your time. I love you. Thank you, Queens, Kings, and Queens, for coming on the
Thank
show
you.
tonight. God bless you. I'll talk to you later. Peace and blessings.